Building a startup in 500 days, day 261. All right, so I got back on my TikTok cadence today. I set up a new experiment with two different ideas for the week ahead. The ideas are, one is like a stitch basically that I've done before, where I find something that is kind of in line with our what we're going for with the app and our brand, and then I'll stitch it and just like say some commentary, and then I think I might try to plug the app at the end. And the second one is one I did today for the first time, where I have like a green screen background of the app, and so I just kind of like walk people through what the functionality is, stuff like that. So we'll see how those go. And then I'm also now with this, I kind of archived everything on the Instagram, the daily Instagram. And because I used to do posts, and then you used to be able to post reels just in the reels feed and not in the feed. So I'd mostly just post stuff in reels to not bother everyone who's following. But now you can't do that. So it's almost kind of like made the decision for me that, oh, well, I'm just going to post everything, just repurpose everything into Reels as well. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll see. And then unfortunately, so before you could actually type in daily on the App Store and it would pop up, or like there would even be a pre-fill of daily action, which is the app. And I think because it has such little engagement, like SEO wise, it literally doesn't even show up anymore. If you type in daily on the App Store, you can scroll down like infinitely and it doesn't even come up. But if you do, I mean, luckily if you type in daily action, it shows up. But yeah, hopefully as we get more and more people on, that fixes. I assume it's just like an SEO thing. Like they don't want to show apps that no one's using, kind of thing. And then another thing too, I got to look more into this, but you know how when you're scrolling on the App Store, typically you can see like the app name and then there's like the 3-picture preview. For our app, it doesn't have the 3-picture preview, so it looks kind of like spammy almost. It's like just the name and the app logo. Maybe that also comes with more people using it. I don't know. We'll see. But that's something definitely want to keep an eye on as we go forward. Okay, and then had a dope sesh with Zach and Stan on day-to-day today. So Zach he had already kind of got his artist on and talked to the artist a little bit. And so the artist actually already started adding tasks onto the platform, which is dope. And he said that they were talking tonight about feedback and stuff like that. They were going to have a live sesh. So very excited to see how that goes. And then we also seshed on the mobile app, like that early V1, I think I mentioned in a few videos before. It's like definitely pretty simple, pretty jank, but in the spirit of just shooting from the hip, getting stuff out, we decided that it's actually okay to start. So luckily, so with the BDK, which is the service that wraps my Bubble apps into apps, for the original manager version, we actually have an app. So basically, I just needed to get a rebuild of that with this new mobile version, which is only like $30 because I'd already purchased the app. It usually takes like 3 days. So that ideally kind of came out of nowhere. Like I thought that was going to take a while, but in terms of like testing, ideally we'll have like a mobile app on test flight at the end of this week maybe, or at least early next. And the cool thing too is like how Bubble works is I can keep just updating it on Bubble as feedback comes in, and it will just auto-populate onto the test flight app. So yeah, kind of hyped how that is moving forward. And then basically we decided that, so my sister's doing like doing UI UX stuff in a boot camp for UX research, which is very convenient timing for both of us because we can tap into her knowledge and she can use us as kind of like a test case for portfolio or just experience stuff. So hopefully next week or the week after, we'll be able to sit down with her and Zach and the artist to kind of start generating some user research on a first user. And then from there, we can start getting into more and more people's hands. Because I think I mentioned this before, but like this is the first time I'm building a product that I'm not personally using. So it's honestly really hard for me to tell if, there's even value here. So before I kind of like start sending it around to friends, manager friends, I want to like hear some feedback on this first test of like if there's any glaring things that we need to change or if it is like a pretty solid foundation. So yeah, kind of hyped about that actually, because I guess I had been focusing mainly on daily, but that kind of reinvigorates me on the whole day-to-day thing too. So it's cool to have that going as well. Overall, solid day. Follow on journey. Catch y'all tomorrow.